So, in the beginning of the story, we are shown a ruined world. The whole land was barren except for an area in Australia called the Green Place of Many Mothers. There was still water in this area. Fruits were grown through farming, and many women lived here as well. In this area, a girl named Furiosa came to pick up a ripe fruit. She heard some noise near her area. When she went near, there were many bikers. One of the bikers' oil pipes was cut by Furiosa, and just as the pipe of another bike was about to be cut, the other biker saw her. Before he could catch her, Furiosa stabbed a knife in her leg and ran away from there. While running, she started whistling loudly, which told the people of that area about the danger that was coming there. Before she could escape and reach the populated area, the biker successfully stopped her by flying a rope towards her, and they picked up Furiosa and started taking her from there. On the other side, Furiosa's mom and all the warriors were following these bikers on horseback to save Furiosa. While riding on the horse, Furiosa's mom strangled the biker on the bike, after which she took his bike. Before she could escape to save Furiosa on this bike, the people of the area gave her some seeds and reminds her that whatever happens, the people of the other area should not know about the Green Place. And those who have seen the Green Place, none of them could survive. Hearing this, she went ahead quickly and killed a biker while attacking him with a gun. The two bikers in front of him stopped and tried to see what happened. Why did that biker fell? They could see Furiosa's mom coming from a distance. They ran their bikes in fear, while Furiosa cut the oil pipe of the bike on which she was tied. Furiosa's mom fixes her bike with the spare part of the dead biker's bike, and putting all the fuel of that bike in her bike, she gets behind the bikers again. It was now evening by walking. The bike's fuel on which the bikers had tied Furiosa also runs out because Furiosa had cut its fuel pipe. In this condition, these two bikers fought with each other. On getting a chance, Furiosa got her hands off and ran away from there. But she did not succeed in reaching home because the bikers had caught her again, and they go back to their area. In the morning, we see that Furiosa's mom has also reached the camp of the bikers, where she saw the bikers in the Green Place and Furiosa too. She shoots a biker and kills him. But the other biker safely reaches his camp with Furiosa and gives people the good news that he found out about a Green Place. There are a lot of resources and women there. After hearing this, Furiosa found out that now the people of her area and people are going to be in danger. He will definitely tell his people the location of the Green Place. That's why Furiosa shows her smartness and puts a rope around this man's neck and kills him by dropping him off the bike in front of everyone. Finally, she and her mom killed all the bikers who knew the location of the Green Place. Now, these bikers take Furiosa to their leader because she is the one who can take them to the Green Place. The leader of the bikers was very smart. He himself behaves well with Furiosa and tells everyone to take care of her so that he can know about the location of the Green Place by trapping her. At night, Furiosa's mom also came to this camp. She took off the clothes of the dead biker and made herself exactly like him. She actually came here to find Furiosa. She goes to every camp to find her. She shoots everyone there when she doesn't find Furiosa. After that, she finally reached the camp where Furiosa was. After taking Furiosa, she was about to kill the last girl here, but that girl says, "No, don't kill me. I am also a prisoner here, like your daughter." Hearing this, Furiosa's mom left he and ran away from there while taking Furiosa on her bike. But she did not know that the girl she had mercy on and left her would trap her. She goes and sets up her emergency alarm, and so many people follow Furiosa and her mom. From a distance, these bikers attack them with bombs, because of which all the clothes of Furiosa's mom were burnt. To escape the fire, she took off the armor suit she was wearing and sat on the bike again. She ran away from there as fast as she could. Despite going very far, the bikers were right behind her. Furiosa's mom now knows that she will not be able to escape them. So she gets off the bike and gives the bike to Furiosa and tells her to go home alone. Along with that, she also gave Furiosa a peach seed and told her to go back and grow it. And she herself stopped here to shoot the bikers. But no matter how many people she challenges alone, soon, all the bikers surround her. Furiosa also gets caught by them and comes to see that they had tied her mom to a tree who is killed mercilessly in front of her eyes. After it, the leader of the bikers puts her in a cage wearing clothes like him. Andy forces her to see everything that he thought was his entertainment. Here, he also gave Furiosa his daughter's teddy bear, which Furiosa dropped. In anger, the bikers' leader tells her to leave. Along with that, an old man was also leaving with her, who says to Furiosa, if you learn to read and write from Methan, you will become a useful person for our leader. In this way, he will not torture you, but Furiosa was not going to listen to anyone. She secretly makes a tattoo on her hand from this place to the green place, because she hoped that one day she would go back to the green place, and she was also afraid that she might forget the way by then. That's why she made the whole map on her arm. Anyway, time passes and we see that one day all these bikers were going somewhere when they see a red smoke. They found out that people must be living there. These people followed the smoke and reached there and found a war boy there who took them to the citadel here. Immortan Joe ruled the fort. He had water. He used to grow food here and give this food to his soldiers. He had guided his soldiers in such a way that they were ready to die for him. These bikers who had a shortage of resources, they tell Immortal Joe that if you don't cooperate with us, and if you don't give us these things, we will fight with you. Hearing this from the leader and making fun of him, Immortan Joe tells one of his warriors to die, and he proves to the leader of the bikers that no matter how powerful you are, nothing is more important than my army, and they are ready to die for me. His just said this. That's when his people picked up all these bikers' bikes with the chain. The bikers had no other way except to run away from here to save themselves. When they were running away, the leader of the bikers sees that Furiosa has fallen out of her jail and is stuck in a pit there. He risks his life to save Furiosa's life, and they run away from there. On the way, they see another fort named Gastown. Oil was refined here, through which the weapons and vehicles of Immortan Joe were running. The leader of the bikers plans to occupy it so that he can blackmail Immortan Joe because of the oil here. But the problem was that the security here was also very tight to trick it. He turns many of his people into war boys and reaches the gate of Gastown. When they don't open the gate of Gastown for them, the leader of the bikers kills his people to make them believe that he has captured the Immortal Joe's fort, and his people are now his slaves. Seeing this, the people of Gastown also opened the door for him. After occupying Gastown, the leader of the bikers, Dementus, cuts the fingers of the leader of this town and sends it to Immortan Joe. Seeing this, Immortan Joe found out that now slowly Dementus is getting power. All his power is because of the oil on which Dementus has now occupied. That's why he sends a message of a meeting to Dementus. What else did Dementus want? He needed basic supplies which Immortan Joe had. To deal with it, he comes in front of him with the leader of Gastown. Gastown's leader was the brother of Immortan Joe and was also very sick. Many of his body's functions were performed through his body-worn machines. To annoy Immortan Joe, Dementus first tortures his brother with this machine and then kills him. After that, he says to Immortan Joe, I have planted bombs in the whole Gastown. I am the only one who knows how to activate or disable the bombs. If you want to save your Gastown, then make me the leader of Gastown. Otherwise, you will not even have your Gastown. When he was talking, Immortan Joe's gaze was on Furiosa. Immortal Joe says, okay, I will make Gastown yours, but in return, I want your daughter and a biker. Furiosa interrupts Immortan Joe and says, I am not his daughter. He killed my mom and kidnapped me. On this, Dementus also got angry and takes his daughter's toy from her hand and gives her to Immortan Joe and leaves. From here, Furiosa was taken to the place where Immortan Joe's many wives lived. Furiosa was going to become Immortan Joe's wife like them and live in his harem. All these women were very good. They also treat Furiosa well, but Furiosa only focuses on how Immortan Joe forces all these girls to stay with him. Here she sees that when Immortan Joe's daughter is born, he orders his daughter to be buried alive in anger. He just wanted sons. It wasn't that he didn't have a son. He had a lot of sons, but none of them were healthy according to him. That's why he kept them all as war boys. He had so many wives that one day his healthy son will be born who will rule his citadel like him. We see that Immortan Joe's son's gaze falls on Furiosa here. He grabs her by the hair and tries to do wrong to her. Furiosa escaped this time, but she didn't want this to happen to her next time. She knew that this boy would bother her again, so she took off all her hair and made a wig with netting and wax. At this time, we see that she also had a peach seed given by her mother, which she had kept safe until today. The next time the boy came to bother Furiosa and grabbed her hair, Furiosa left her wig in his hands and escaped. The boy ran after her to find her but encountered his brother on the way, who asked, "What are you doing here?" He had no answer and had thrown away Furiosa's wig because he was afraid that his father would punish him. Anyway, he tries to find Furiosa here, but Furiosa is not found because she dressed up like a boy. In this way, she also saved her reputation and got a job at Citadel. She was very good at jumping, so she was assigned the job of fitting the chains inside the big machines of Immortan Joe. Time passes, and we see that Furiosa has grown up after 15 years. No one could recognize her that she is a girl. That too, because until today, Furiosa pretended to be dumb and also fulfilled all those rituals of Immortan Joe, which made him believe that Furiosa is also loyal to him. This time, Immortan Joe gives her the job of making a big drill that can destroy anything easily. They also succeeds in making a machine that they attach to a truck, and as they take it out for the first test drive, Dementus attack it. Dementus attack this machine with parachutes and attack the war boys with bombs. Jack, who was driving this truck, does not stop this truck but keeps driving. Dementus also attacked this truck, because of which there was a major fault in the truck. At this time, Furiosa shows bravery and tries to fix the fault by going under the truck so that Jack can take this truck away from here quickly. But to fail this attempt, a man from Dementus also came under the truck. He was placing a bomb under the truck. Furiosa not only fights with him, but by killing him and dropping him, she also succeeded in throwing the bomb from her truck. After it, she moved inside while repairing the truck. Dementus's men were still killing the war boys outside the truck. And when the war boy attacks the small truck of Dementus, the truck gets into an accident and collides with that truck, which caused a jerk to Furiosa, and the hat on her head came off. Seeing her flying hair, her secret was revealed in front of Jack that she is a girl. They now focus on their war, and Furiosa successfully kills her enemies. After killing her enemies, she took Jack to the gunpoint because she knew that Jack would create a problem for her. But here, Jack says, "You are a good warrior, and I don't care about your gender. We have been given the task of controlling this rig, and I want you to support me like a team member." Furiosa agrees, and they take this rig truck to the gas town where Dementus sees Furiosa after years. But now, because she has grown older, so Dementus doesn't recognize her. It discovers that Dementus have run out of oil supplies, which return he take other supplies from Immortan Joe. He tells Jack to somehow get a meeting with Immortan Joe. Jack agrees, but he was not ready to give them any supply without oil. So all these bikers attack them and start stealing all the food. To save it, Furiosa takes her truck out of here, and Jack starts hitting people who were trying to come near his truck. Anyway, they now safely reach their citadel and give a message to Immortan Joe to meet Dementus. In all this fight, Furiosa was also shot by an arrow. Jack pulls that arrow out of her shoulder and then stitches it. They came very close. Jack asked him how your parents died. Furiosa told him that these bikers had kidnapped her and brought her here. Furiosa shows him the peach seed that her mom had given her. Then she shows him her hand where the map of the green place was made. She still hopes that she can go there. Jack says, "I promise. I will try to take you to your place," and Furiosa says, "I want you to come with me." Here, they get a message from Immortan Joe that he is going to a meeting with the Dementis. They also have to move behind him with their army. Jack does not make her sit in the rig, but gives her a job to drive a truck, because he had a plan that he would trick everyone and reach the green place through this truck. As they reach the gas town, a truck succeeds in entering the gas town first, while Furiosa turns her face from here and was now waiting for Jack to come with her. But Jack also left a green smoke in the air instead of coming with her, means he was calling war boys for a war. Seeing this, Furiosa got angry and moved ahead alone. Before she could reach the green place, she also had a chance, but she didn't go. She thought of Jack, who was fighting alone there, so she comes back to the gas town to help Jack and picks up her sniper and starts shooting everyone here. The same bullet also touched Dementus. Jack breaks the gas town gate with his rig and goes inside it. Now he had started breaking the entire structure here with the drill placed on this rig. Doing this, the bikers also attack him to stop, and in all this, his rig breaks and he falls into a pit. At the right time, Furiosa enters here and takes him out while hanging a chair from a bike. After it, they sit in another truck and get out of here. Now, they intended that they would run away from here and leave for the green place, but they don't know that Dementus was behind them. As Dementus's truck joins Furiosa's truck, Furiosa pulls out her gun to attack the truck. In all this, her hand comes between the two trucks. This is the same hand on which she had made a map. They were now captured by Dementus, and he had made both of them his slaves. Suddenly, the bikes around them start moving. They tie Jack to a bike and make him spin in circles. Jack was getting close to his death by each passing second, while Furiosa was tied with chains. The bikes around them were spinning fast, and Dementus was entertained by seeing all this. When he gets bored of all this, he turns back and sees Furiosa, who had now left her cut arm and ran away from there. In anger, Dementus sits in his truck to chase her. He finds out that Furiosa had also removed the tire of his truck due to which he had an accident. The bike on which Furiosa was running, its petrol runs out when she goes a little far, and thus Furiosa had to walk on her journey ahead. Her arm was badly injured. It was bleeding, and there was scorching sun in this area, due to which she fainted here. Her good fortune was that she was seen by the war boy of Citadel, who brought him back to Citadel. She was treated here, and when she regained consciousness, she talked about meeting Immortan Joe. When she was taken to Immortan Joe, she tells him that Dementus is coming to attack him soon. He has also planned to destroy the gas town, and now he wants to occupy the Citadel. For all this, Immortan Joe plans that they will reach there before destroying his gas town means before Dementus attacks Citadel, they were going to attack the gas town. As they reach near the gas town, Dementus also see them and announce the war. Between the Citadel and the gas town, the war between these two parties begins, which went on for a week. Both teams kept hitting each other badly, and during all this, Furiosa went to Citadel and made her mechanical arm, and then took a bad car and went back to the spot of the war. She goes there and sees that the sons of Immortan Joe were repairing their vehicles and weapons, from where she also takes a tire to repair her car. As she goes ahead, she sees that Dementus and some of his remaining people were running away from here, saving their lives. They also see Furiosa's car. Before they attack Furiosa, Furiosa comes running her car, hits them all with her car and engulfs them in the sand. She killed everyone, but she didn't see Dementus anywhere. When she looked away, a biker was running away from there. It was no one else, but Dementus. Dementus' death was near because his bike was broken, and now Furiosa had come to him. Here, Furiosa could have killed him in one shot, but not so easily. She wanted Dementus to remember who she was and why she was after Dementus. She tortured him so much so that he fainted. When he regained consciousness, Furiosa told her, "I am the same girl you kidnapped 15 years ago, and you killed my mother in front of my eyes." Dementus still couldn't remember Furiosa, so Furiosa cuts the teddy bear chained with him now. She recognizes who Furiosa is. He apologizes and says, "If you forgive me, we can rule this place together. You are very brave." Hearing this, Furiosa drops her teddy bear on the ground. After that, she pointed a gun at her head. Everyone thought Furiosa had killed her, but it was not so in fact. Furiosa buried him alive and put her peach tree on it, the seed that was given to her by her mom. The ground took Dementus's nutrients, i.e. power, and made a huge tree and planted a peach on it. Dementus was watching all this with his eyes. It was his last time. After this, he might have died. The scene cuts. On the other hand, we see Furiosa managing to save all of Immortan Joe's wives from captivity using her rig. She rescues them and takes them to the green place. This story concludes while showing her